2017 regular board meeting to order at 6:33 p.m. If you'll stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for giving us health, Lord, to be here. God, we thank you for your grace. We pray, God, that you'd look over us this night, Lord. Help us, God, with what we have to do. Give us peace and fellowship with each other, Lord. And just be with us in everything that we do. Lead, guide, and direct us as we move forward. We ask these favors in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item is I'm going to recommend that we amend this agenda. So I want to make a motion to amend the presented agenda and remove underneath action items the approval of the superintendent's evaluation instrument. Now, this is something that we have discussed, but there's some things in there that I'm not very comfortable with, and we're going to make sure, obviously when we're doing evaluations, there's lots of data and stuff like that, and it's very hard to, your data is always lagging so far behind. We do not want to put things down that's going to be impossible to achieve based on data that we would not currently have. So that's sort of something that's still being worked on at this time, so we're going to take that off. Or I'll make the motion to take it off. Do I have a second for that?
I'll second that.
Motion by myself, seconded by Ms. Lewis. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5. Any opposed? None. Okay, motion carries. Next item will be the approval of the amended agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve the amended agenda?
I make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Motion by Mr. Long.
I'll second.
Second by Mrs. White. Any discussion? All in favor? 5. Any opposed? None. Motion carries. Next will be Superintendent Reports.
First report will be a financial update by Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. I have to just give me just a second to get it pulled up. At this point in our fiscal year, of course, we've actually rolled over into FY18, but this is where we are at the end of FY17. As of June 30th, we have collected 92.23% of our budgeted revenue. Our ad valorem taxes or property taxes, we're at a collection rate of 93.62%. Just remind you that we will continue booking collections through the end of August as is dictated by state regulations. We are behind where we were at this point last year. In July and August of last year, we collected just over $200,000. If we were to collect that $200,000, we'd still be about $500,000 behind where we were at the end of August last year. So the collection rate is not going to be quite as high as it was last year. Not really sure what's driving that unless it is past dues. We usually have a lot of past dues that are collected prior year, outstandings that are collected, and that rate has not been quite as high this year. We have expended 95.11% of our budgeted expenditures. These numbers do reflect all the salary and benefits that are due through the end of August, so that does cover for all but our 12-month employees, everything for last year. We do have some outstanding, you'll see encumbrances, which are purchase orders that we are committed to. Basically, right now, we're just waiting for invoices to come in that would be ready for payment. There's a process that goes on there. Say we receive something the 3rd week of June, it might take a month for them to invoice us. So even though we have the item, we have to wait for the bill to come in, and we just have to backdate it to June 30th. So we'll wait and get all those year-end items cleared up. Looks like everything's going to land where it should. We're in very good shape. Do y'all have any questions in regard to the general fund revenue and expenditures? The next report is our SPLOST update. As of June 30th, actually in June we got 2 revenue collections. You know, what they typically do is we'll have a residual collection, and you can see on June 20th we had a small collection amount of $620.56, and then our regular collection of $380,924.65. Earned interest of $1,434.65. Had a couple of expenditures for Harmony Elementary. One is the lift station, not the life station, and we have bought some sound systems for Harmony. That brings our balance as of June 30th to $7,268,160.29. I will remind you that is a mix of SPLOST 4 and SPLOST 5. And the last report just shows those 2 revenue amounts added together, that $381,000. As you see, that is a little higher. I do not at this time have an explanation. I have put in a request to see if I can find out from Georgia Department of Revenue what collection changed, you know, what went up. I have not received a response at this time, and sometimes they are not good at sharing information. I don't know of anything going on in the county that would have driven this revenue change, so as soon as I get some information on that, I'll keep you updated. I will let you know we received our draft audit report for FY16. We have done our sign-off and returned it, so we're waiting for the final to come in. We have some reporting requirements, and once that final comes in, then they say 6 weeks after that, y'all should receive your reports. I don't know who chose email or paper copy, so I'll keep checking with you on this. Sorry it's dragging out. I can't make anybody move any faster, but our exit, we took a few weeks to get it scheduled, and so we'll just keep plugging, but it will close soon. But we have sent our closure documents, but we do have a couple more requirements. But everything was great. Had no findings. Very pleased with the report. Did have a couple of residual issues from the prior year that we didn't have our exit until this year, FY17. So if they tell you in 17, you can't have fixed it before 17 starts, so they'll tell you again. So that's basically where we were. But very good report, real pleased with it. And I am interested to know when you get your report. So if y'all will shoot me an email or something, let me know if you do receive it. Do y'all have any questions? That's all I have.
Thank you, Amy. Next is operations. Stacy?
Busy time of year. I've got guys running everywhere. We're people getting back into the buildings too and finding some other things. So we're really pushed right now. I feel bad for the guys sometimes because I send them somewhere and 10 minutes later I'm asking them to go do something else. So, but they're being real good about it. They're working hard. We'll get things. Kids are coming August 1st whether I'm ready or not. So we'll do the best we can to be ready. Transportation. We had Monday. We had our state transportation safety meeting required by the DOE, and they actually put the presentation on DOT. I mean, had all the people there from transportation, and we even had visitors from other counties because this is mandatory. You have to take or you can't drive a bus every year. So that went well. They like to come to Pickens first because we're always prepared for them, and they get to train because they got to present this 39 other times at least. So they like to come here first. We had 3 drivers resign this month, just recently, and they're just getting better jobs, full-time jobs. One's at the hospital, and it's nothing against anybody or anything. It's just they're moving on to bigger and better, supposedly. This puts me in a critical mode because I had 3 subs, and now 3 subs are drivers. We have no subs. We have a training coming up August 21st. We do have 3 people signed up. We're out recruiting hard. We had a group at Chat Tech today at the job fair. We put a table up. We're doing all the things we think. We at GAPT last 2 or 3 weeks ago, we actually, Sherry and I took 2 different courses on recruitment for bus drivers, trying to find, we do it. We do everything they brought up, except for the job fair, so we did do that. We're gonna probably at the schools even put some brochures out when open house and all's going on, try to get some people to look at it. We're moving the bus around to different places with the signage. We're trying. I do have several in the transportation department can drive a bus, so we're okay. We can fill in. I have several maintenance guys that have their CDLs. We can fill in. It just takes us away from other things, and sometimes it's just a bad domino effect sometimes. But we'll make it. We'll get through it, and we're working hard to try to get some people. We did have 6 people take the white bus training, and a couple of them are totally finished, and others just like driving a little bit, and they'll be finished. So that's going good. We'll be able to use that bus, utilize it more, and we have used it this summer too. Next training coming up at the schools will be the school bus safety that we have to teach all students the first 2 weeks of school, mandated by the DOE. And we've received all 6 of our new buses. They look good. They're in good shape. We've got them scheduled this week to be there, or next week to be there doing the cameras and radios, and we'll hope to have them on the road first day. That was our goal the entire time. So I think that'll happen. Summer feeding program has really grown this year. Beth's feeding a lot more people than she did. Some of the football camps that we hosted here, we got several different groups of people involved, so it really is a benefit for us. She'll bring you some numbers next month, and let you know how much it went up. She's been in a conference all week, and she'll be bringing some updates on that too. It's a pretty informative conference. I think Sonny Perdue was even there speaking and talking about trying to give us some leeway on some of these meal requirements and stuff. So other than that, we're wide open. Thank you.
Thank you. Stacy, what kind of response did you get at the job fair? Did you get any interest at
I
all?
haven't talked to her since she got back. I got kind of tied up this evening, and I didn't get over and talk to her. I'll see her tomorrow, and I will ask her. I'll try to let you know something. I'll shoot you an email or something.
Thanks, Stacy. Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report.
Next item will be some action items. So will be the approval of minutes. Approval of minutes from the June 15th call meeting, June 15th regular meeting, June 21st call, June 24th retreat, and June 30th call meetings. I hear a motion to approve these minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes.
Motion by Ms. Finley,
I second.
second by Mrs. Lewis. Any discussion? None. All in favor? 5. Any opposed? None. Motion carries. Next, executive session. I will make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss or deliberate upon the appointment, employment, compensation, hiring, disciplinary action or dismissal, or periodic evaluation or rating of a public officer or employee, or to interview applicants for the position of superintendent, to consult and meet with legal counsel pertaining to pending or potential litigation, settlement, claims, administrative proceedings, or other judicial actions brought or to be brought by or against the school district or an officer or employee, or in which the officer or employee may be directly involved. Need a second for that.
One second. Yeah.
Seconded by Mrs. White. Any discussion? None. All in favor? 5. Any opposed? None. Motion carries. Okay, at 7:55 p.m. a motion was made by Mrs. Lewis, seconded by Ms. Mr. Long to come out of executive session. No action was taken. Do I hear a motion to approve the executive session minutes as read?
I make a motion to approve the executive session minutes as written.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. White, seconded by Mr. Long. Is there any discussion? None. All in favor? 5. Any opposed? None. Motion carries. I'm going to make a motion to amend the superintendent contract to reflect the July 1 to June 30 school year and to correct a typo that's in there. Here's a second.
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Finley. All in favor? 5. Any opposed? None. I'm sorry, I didn't ask for discussion. Any discussion? All in favor was 5. No opposed. Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, I'll just say, as far as discussion goes, the only,
We signed that original contract in May. This is just to get us on the same cycle as our fiscal year, to go from July 1st to June 30th, which is so we avoid that little 40-day gap there. And then the other one was just to correct a typo that I made in the original contract. And while I've interrupted y'all's flow, I'd also like to ask, I was not present at the June meeting, and I believe y'all had some action that pertained to 12-month employees and having a 4-week vacation for that. It's my understanding that y'all intended for that to also include the superintendent, but just for my benefit, if y'all could make a motion so that we can have documentation in the minutes that action also applies to the superintendent of schools.
Do I hear a motion to clarify
The June action.
the June
To say
action?
that the 4-week vacation, when you said the 4-week vacation applied to 12-month employees, that category also included the superintendent of schools for the purposes of that motion.
I make a motion that we clarify the minutes to include the superintendent in our intended 12-month employee vacation to 4 weeks for 20 years of service.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Lewis, seconded by Mr. Long. Is there any discussion?
I'll just say that I understood that was just any 20-year employee. So that was not a slide on you. Just the wording. As long as Phil's happy with the wording.
yeah, I'm sorry, it's on me, I don't think to bother about it, but I just, y'all don't care.
So that we've got it in the minutes, it'd be great.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? None. Motion carries. Next item will be the approval of personnel. Do I hear a motion to approve the personnel action report as presented?
I motion to approve the personnel action report as presented.
Motion by Mrs. White,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Finley. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? None. Motion carries. Next item is board comments. Any comments?
just hope everybody's enjoying their last few breaths of summer air.
Stop talking like that.
Summer air. Who wants to breathe the summer air? So thick you can't breathe it.
Don't be like Harold and post every day how many days it is until school starts. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I laugh because I still go to work every day. It doesn't matter to me.
Any other comments?
Seriously, what I would like to say is that we are really excited about our upcoming school year. We think we've got a great staff coming, and we're really looking forward to it. Please let us know how we can support you.
Next item is adjourn. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll be glad to make a motion to adjourn.
He has to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Motion by Mr. Long,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Finley. Any discussion? All in favor? 5. Any opposed? None.
Do we do a record today? Is it a record?
Motion carries.